So I know that you were telling us about the mission and the resources available. I would absolutely love it if you would be able to show us on the website how to navigate things and what is available there for our listeners. I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, so if you want to get like a firsthand experience, she's going to walk us through some of this. So be pretty exciting.
If I can share my screen here. Okay.
Oh, yep, there we go.
This is the nesting guide. This has a tab. The first tab is considering pregnancy, which is a quiz that is coded. It's anonymous. The answers go nowhere. It's just to help those considering pregnancy, or maybe they are pregnant or they're a single parent, identify the neurodevelopment risks. And these are the neurodevelopment risks: environmental, healthcare, substance abuse, unresolved grief and trauma, and community and home safety. So after, and I won't go through the quiz, but you just click one of these and it brings up a quiz, pulls up a quiz, and then you answer the questions. And then it tees up and offers a resource for each if you answer yes to the questions. Any of the questions. This section we are still building out. That is local data. Right now we have South Carolina and Texas resources, and those are broken down into categories and subcategories. And I'll be glad to share that list with you so that people can see what is offered in a one-pager format. This is a national resource section that you can share and like. And when you sign up, you can do the login here. And when you put your information in, you're able to heart the resources and share the resources and make a bank so you can go back to them.
Wow.
Because it's, it's such a wealth of information, and it's nice. Let's say you were looking at childproofing your home or things to make baby safe when they get home or our home or what have you. That stage, we'll just look into the childproofing, and then it gives you a link. And what these are PDFs from the national organizations like CDC, like Safe Kids Worldwide, like American Academy of Pediatrics, all of the U.S. Safety Commission, so that you don't have to Google. After this is the authority. You can pull up these links, and they're either a PDF or like a website like this on how to prevent injuries. And then you can just go back to it if you say you heart it. So this is a good one right here. Let's just say I hearted this. Let's say I did baby safety again. And then you just press apply. So this will bring you to a video, I believe, of 6 spots you may have missed while childproofing.
Oh, wow.
And it just goes on. And I can also send you the list of how that is categorized, those resources, the national resources. But anybody can use these in the nation because they're all non-demographic specific. So we'll do something like, let's say you had a question. What kind of question? And then I'll show you how to look it up.
So let's say if I'm a new parent, just had my baby, and I don't know anything about development and have questions in regards to things like that, where would I go?
Okay, so new parent support. Then we have these, if you have a child with Down syndrome, those will connect you to National Down Syndrome. Mindfulness and stress reduction is 0 to 3. You've heard of that organization. There's moms groups that are national, that have state chapters you can connect to. Postpartum depression support. This is Ronald McDonald House, I believe, support for families, and it's the national. Find your chapter. What I've done is taken a lot of national organizations, and if they have state chapters, it's just a locator so that you can put your state in there and find it. But for your question, let's say you were looking for babies development. This is Sesame Street Communities, which is a great online tool for new parents because they have videos and great information concerning development. They've done a really great job. A lot of people don't know about this. They also have top topics. You can see all of the drop downs from there. So really what this guide has done is taken all the national sites, and I've gone through and researched those sites and then provided specific links so that it's not just Sesame Street Communities, but what is inside Sesame Street Communities. Because I think that's, if you don't have time, you want that specific link. And that is, it's supposed to, save time to be able to look at it in this light.
Yeah, and just to have one centralized location to where you could go and have access to all of these different resources and different websites and information is just amazing, because you're right, it takes so much time because first of all, you don't know what to type into Google to get exactly what you're looking for, and half the stuff that it brings up is not pertinent to what you're looking for. So if you could have one spot that has
sponsored,
yeah.
and it's not going to pull up the PDF. It's going to pull up the organization itself. Like if you Googled whatever, so this will, if you're looking for, single mother support, these are the organizations that provide it, and they might not show up on Google.
Yeah.
So that was the purpose of this project. And then again, we're going to I have the local roadmap data. That's new parent data that can get you to, let's say you're looking for childhood activities, the gyms, the play gyms, and the kinder music, and those kind of concepts that are national and they're everywhere. There could be a grandparent that wants to take their grandchild somewhere and they just don't know where to go. So this would help direct them to the choices. There's a Fit for Mom. I don't know if y'all have, I think every state has them. They have, they're like, baby joggers, and you get to exercise with your baby, and they're all around the United States. It's just a matter of what do we know about? Like how do we get this in front of the parents at that specific time so that they have access to, really, that's support for them to connect with other parents when you're going to those kind of play places.
Yeah, absolutely. Just building upon that community feeling. So yeah, that is huge. And it's just, once again, it's blowing my mind that you have all of these in one spot. It's just,
and then in the like postpartum depression, there's an online community that you can find. There's domestic violence online communities. There's substance abuse. I think it's Mothers Anonymous. It's like an AA for fetal alcohol syndrome disorders. So when you're looking at that on a national level, how do we get the people that have neurodevelopment risks into these organizations? And this was one of my thinking of a solution. This is what I was aiming for.
yeah, and just the ease, the people to be able to go and find what they're looking for and being connected with that resource is, once again, huge, especially if you're in a situation to where you're navigating things that are a little bit more challenging. The ease of something is a very big point. So
and you need it to be anonymous. There cannot be any tracking of what you're looking for. So that is also an important part to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just love this whole idea. This whole concept is just amazing. So thank you very much for showing us.
And then I'll show you ID Guide, and that'll be a quick one. We have a new diagnosis toolkit that it was designed from firsthand experience, mine. And there's a Charleston artist downtown that said, yes, please use my work. And it lined up with the article titles. A lot of these, like this connects you to caring for yourself. And it's just a nice article on how to care for yourself, and then it connects you to a program that relates to the topic. This one happens to be state respite program. So you click there, and then another one for the siblings, which I think is so important, because you know that these are all the questions that I believe that you have in your mind when you first get a diagnosis. Receiving a diagnosis, is what I'm feeling normal? That connects you to the parent centers on a national level. Caring for yourself, respite. These are inclusion resources. This is the SIB shop, I believe. I don't know if you've heard of this resource, but it's an online resource for siblings, and it's divided into ages. And you can, yeah, so it's great because maybe people think that it's just for a certain age group, but actually they have adult connects, you know, this.
Wow.
So all of this can connect those siblings. So all of this is, these articles are obviously non-demographic specific, and the resources are too. This is a article on marriages and how to keep your marriage strong, because as you know, it's tough. It is very tough to have the special needs and with your marriage. But you know what? A lot of people say that it makes them stronger. So if you look at it like that, and you know, find those resources and get to those resources. This is a special note for dads, National Dads Clearinghouse, and this is how to tell your family and friends. So this is the new diagnosis toolkit. My vision here is that right when you get a diagnosis, you're offered this for emotional digestion, and hopefully you're going to connect to your parent center after that as a good starting point for your journey. And this is just one link that you and I had talked about, and I share this with military families that are moving, or they're moving to their other single parents. The child is, and they don't know. They're talking to us in Charleston, and they don't know that in Texas, the parent centers are offered. And there's at least one parent center in each state. Sometimes, like such as Texas, has 5. California has 10. We looked up your one in Ohio. So telling somebody that's moving about this is so rewarding. If I could just share this one link all day and talk to everybody in America, I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah, it's so huge and powerful, just being able to know that you can go to one spot, and whether you're moving, whether you're new to an area, whether you're newly diagnosed, and go to the spot, and they will be able to guide you to more resources from there, but they can help you where you're at too.
Specifically in early intervention and education resources, but we serve birth to 26.
Yeah.
So that's, if you can get to us, how do parents get to us? This link, you know,
Yeah.
sharing this link and making this available on a wide scale. And the new diagnosis toolkit also. How do we drive the parents to the parent centers, or as we discussed, those assistive technology, the disability agency, the respite, the family to family. So this is my hope. This was the whole mission and reasoning for developing this. And we are going to be updating our website at Family Resource Center. So this link will more than likely be on our site, and hopefully the new diagnosis toolkit, so that we can, you know, start to expand our reach, and so that people can wrap their head around that, yep, these resources are called different things in different states, but it's the same resource, and we're all connected under networks that are previously misunderstood.
Yeah, and I think that is such a crucial point to let people know about is, you know, depending on what state you live in, what county you live in, things are called so many different things. And these programs that are out there and available for us, many of us have no idea about. And if you guys are you're streamlining things together, bringing things to a
Mhm.
much easier place for us to be able to access and resource. It is just blowing my mind because it will make so many things so much easier for a lot of families. And I'm really, really excited that you're doing this, and I can't wait to just let everybody know about it. So,
I hope that we can continue building this right now for our, like I told you, our South Carolina and Texas data. We have it divided into agencies, diagnostics, like where can you find the place to be evaluated and get a diagnosis. And the agencies, I divided them up into Department of, or, and every state has this: aging, or early childhood, or mental health department, or health and human services. So I did the agency, like what I get calls all the time in the parent center. My mom's a senior. What agency should I be calling? Department of Aging. So it divides the agencies, it divides diagnostics, what psychologist or medical or developmental pediatrician can provide those services. Family services, which is mainly the nonprofits, but they're divided into various subcategories. Recreation, like I mentioned before, outdoor and indoor camps. Transition into adulthood, which is broken into housing and employment and social skills and post-secondary opportunities. A lot of people don't understand that we all have post-secondary opportunities are under thankcollege.net. Each state has, some states we have 5 in South Carolina. I know they have 16 in Texas. And those are college opportunities that are in every state. And a lot of universities have that program. And then we also have data for, what else did I do? Health and Human Services, just because if we're talking about this and we have a family with a disability, more than likely they're going to have a health and human service need too.
yeah.
That's how we broke them out, and by category, and then there's subcategories. So I'll send you that list so that people can become aware, because we do have the South Carolina and the Texas data, and we'll find out how we're going to disseminate it and how we're going to put it on our site. But for now, this is the starter kit, if you will, for the ID guide. We're offering the new diagnosis toolkit and the Find Your Parent Center resource.
But yeah, I love that, and just the idea of all the information that you guys are putting in here and that you want to get out to people. It's huge. And looking ahead, what are your ultimate goals for the programs? Are you wanting to do something on a bigger scale? Because I know that this has taken you such a long time, and there's so many hoops that you have to go through and that kind of thing. So
it will take funding. I've been doing this for so long, though. I'm very patient. It's all about timing. The timing is looking like it's accelerating and tying itself together, and all the pieces are kind of falling into place. So yes, of course, we would like to add other states. The idea is that it's a uniform system. We're all under it. We all are looking for the same things. We just have the states have different amounts of these resources, right?
yeah.
And since they're by address, we have a local, and then we have the ability, when it's a state resource, that's enough. We can clearly see when the list that it's a state resource, that we all have access to it. So that's the vision, is that we would have this data in every state. And I do have interns that have used a template and created lists of specific data. So those partnerships are valuable to the project. And I've been working with the College of Charleston for quite some time on this particular aspect of the project, and other additional add-ons, if you will, of the project. So but time will tell, but it does look like it's going in the right direction and finally going to take, the next step to get so that we can disseminate this on a larger scale.
That is just so powerful. I mean, just the potential that this program could have on so many families if, once you guys get the resources that you need to implement, I mean, because you have the foundation already there.
Yeah, the
So
foundation, the groundwork has been laid.
yeah, and just building from there. I mean, I am excited and I would just be using the resource. I can't imagine how excited you guys would be to actually be able to put this into motion on more of a national type of scale. So yeah, I commend you so much for your vision, for all of your hard work, because there's so much here and it's
Thank
going to
you so
help
much.
so many people. It really is. And oh, it's amazing what you have done. So thank you so much for sharing this, for putting it together.
Absolutely.
Your work and dedication is just remarkable. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. It's good to be with an organization that really fits this project now.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fit. It's birth to 26 and infants, toddlers, children, youth with disabilities. And it's not, autism focused. We service because it's IDEA, Individual Disability Education Act. So that's all disabilities that anybody can call us. We do not have eligibility requirements, so that's pretty. You just got to call us, and then we can.
Yeah, that's another big thing because I know that there's so many programs out there that you do have to have the income eligibility, or meet other certain requirements, and it it just seems like it's another hurdle that we have to jump through to try to get the resources that we need for our kids and our family. And
You also run into like maybe they only service 0 to 5, or
mhm,
maybe they only service kinship. So this is like the most obvious place, the parent centers, because it's 0 to 26. There's no eligibility and there's no disability specific requirement either. So it just seems like it's that would be the first point of contact right after you get a diagnosis. This would be it because of everything that we offer as far as time, the birth to 26, and who we're serving, and no eligibility. So
yeah. And like I said before, this is just going to be huge for so many families. So, oh, thank you so much for walking us through this, showing us the different things on the different sites, because that is extremely helpful. Because I know for me, who's not so tech savvy, trying to find things is not my best suit. So I appreciate that too.
absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Felicia. This was great. And I'm so glad that I was able to connect you to your Ohio. And let's look and see I couldn't even remember the name. Your Ohio Coalition for Education of Children with Disabilities. There you
Yep.
go.
I never would have found that. That is for dang sure, because that would not be what I would be searching for. So
So that said, I think the most important part of our podcast today is this link so that we can raise awareness for all the other states to
mm,
know how to find your parent center. Because if you call them, please tell them that this link sent you, then you will be connected and you will be that much closer to receiving help that you're looking for.
oh man, that is just so huge. Oh, once again, thank you.
Thank you, Felicia.